First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Christian Tóth, and I'm responsible for sales and marketing at SCOLVO. Basically, what you have to know about me, I'm taking care of digitalization and mobilization for 15 years now. So our company and our colleagues are, and also me, we are quite experienced in digitalization. A couple words about SCOLVO. So basically, I think some of you have already know SCOLVO, but I would like to share some information with you. At SCOLVO, our goal is to provide easy-to-use and beautiful business applications for colleagues who are working on the field, like sales representatives, maintenance colleagues, etc. And with SCOLVO, we try to open a new era in enterprise mobilization, and we have made a product that contains ready-to-use enterprise mobility products. And these products can be easily customized and launched even within days. So basically, with SCOLVO, we provide a very fast enterprise mobilization for all of our partners and for all of our end users. What we will talk about today. First of all, I would like to talk a little bit about mobile workforce, what mobile workforce means, how to deal with mobile workforce at large organizations. I would like to talk a little bit about benefits of mobilization. I think the most interesting part of this webinar will be the 3 case studies we set up. We will have one retail, one financial corporation, one utility use case that I would like to share with you. And also, we will talk about mobilization KPIs, how to measure the result of mobilization at different companies. So first of all, about the mobile workforce. You might know that the workforce is changing in Europe, changing in the US, changing everywhere. And companies are challenging or facing new challenges regarding the mobile workforce. What kind of challenges they have? So basically, many of the employees, they don't need the office to work, but also they need access to different enterprise documents, enterprise systems when they are working on the field. And another very important thing is that regarding the current, so many companies, they don't even have any kind of mobility solutions for these field workers. If they have a lot of mobility solutions are hard to use, that's why it's frustrating the colleagues. So these are the 3 major challenges companies are facing when we are talking about enterprise mobilization and enterprise mobile applications. Some benefits of mobilization. So when we are facing with mobility questions, we have to think about what kind of benefits we can have if we are mobilizing any kind of company processes. We have a short list with 5 elements, what kind of benefits you can have if you are mobilizing your company. For example, increased productivity. Why is it important and why is it beneficial? So if you are serving correctly your colleagues and you are providing all the information, all the functions they need during their everyday work, the productivity is increasing rapidly in the organization. Reduce operational costs as they are not working in the office and they are tracked. They are using preset workflows. That's why we can reduce operational costs, for example, at companies if they are mobilizing. And very important, the customer satisfaction. So if our colleagues are working better and working more efficient, our customers will be more satisfied. We have experienced this a lot of times, for example, at utility companies or even at insurance companies also. And the case studies. The first case study is about Market and Billa. Market and Billa, all the brand of Rewe Group. Rewe Group, the German colleagues who are joining, they know Rewe Group very good. Rewe Group is a German retailer. They are operating in 19 countries. They have a lot of employees, and we are mobilizing with SCOLVO their store inspectors in 13 countries. What was the challenge at Market? Basically, the first goal, the first challenge was they wanted to digitalize this store inspection process. Also, it was very important to improve the task assignment for colleagues. Earlier, before they started using SCOLVO, they were writing SMS messages, they were writing emails to colleagues. It wasn't a very good and efficient task assignment. And also, as we made the first implementation, they wanted to use SCOLVO solution in 13 countries, and they wanted to serve from the cloud. It's also very important. So REVE Group is one of our first customers who was served from a cloud. Regarding the project, so basically this project took 3 months. How we do projects at SCOLVO? So first of all, we are making interviews with managers and end users. Why are we doing interviews with end users? Because basically our customer is the end user, is the field worker, is the store inspector who is using the application. That's why we have to have a good knowledge about their processes, about their daily activities, and after we have a clear picture about the process, we determine the beneficial SCOLVO modules to set up the application. How you can imagine this? So basically, we have a big box with a lot of Lego-like bricks in it. And if we want to set up an application for any kind of company processes, we just pick these Lego-like bricks and stick these together on a website. So this is the first part. And the second part is the customization. We did customization at REVE with an Microsoft Power BI. So we integrated SCOLVO to a Power BI because they wanted to have a quite strong and quite detailed reporting based on all the information, all the data collected by the store inspectors. The result. So basically, the result of mobilization at Penny Market and Billa, the store visitor, the store inspectors experienced 25 minutes less administration daily, because they didn't have to do double administration. They didn't have to write down all the information on a paper and send it back to the HQ by an email, for example. So they're just collecting all the data in the mobile application. They are taking pictures, they are taking notes, they are filling up questionnaires, and everything is real-time saved in our database. And certainly this data is synchronized with the Power BI, and they can have daily reports. Competitor information. So daily competitor information is very important for retailers because they have to react to any action of competitors. Before they used the mobility solution, they had this kind of information with 1 or 2 weeks delay. Now they have real-time information about competitors. Also, we fulfill that they can have full documentation of the process by using this application, and this wasn't a goal, this was just an additional benefit of SCOLVO, that they saved 15% of petrol cost, because as colleagues are indicating their everyday activities in SCOLVO, and managers can dispatch ad hoc tests, for example, the resource planning became much better. That's why they saved some petrol cost after we introduced the mobility solution at REVE. This was the retail example, retail use case. We have another use case. This was one of the first SCOLVO implementations for sales. We introduced SCOLVO at AEGON Insurance, Hungary. They are the 3rd largest insurance company in Hungary. They have 2,000 agents, and we are providing our solution for these 2,000 agents who are selling different kind of insurance products. What was the challenge at AEGON? First of all, they wanted to have a complete paperless solution. Also, they wanted to have some gamification in the application, because they wanted to involve the customers into the sales process, and also they believed that mobility exactly means better sales performance. The project. This project took a little bit more than the Penny and Billa project. We had to have a quite strong, quite complicated integration to their CRM system and the calculation service, because we are providing real-time calculation and and real-time customer classification in the application. And also, we put every function in one application and it's available on one device. This was also a very, very important goal for them. Regarding the results, for example, at AEGON, they were saving a lot of money because of the paperless working environment. So as you can see, this is a lot of money, and if we compare this money to the price of the implementation of SCOLVO, so the implementation was cheaper than 1 year saving for AEGON Insurance, as the insurance agents had less administration, because when they were using paper, they had double administration daily basis, because they were writing down everything on paper, and after they uploaded all the data, they had to type in all the data on the AEGON website. So basically, as they don't have to do this double administration, they can have one more business meeting on a daily basis. One other very important result that AEGON agents could have more contracts after mobilization, because they were involving the customer into the sales process, and this is quite close to closed-loop marketing solution. What they are using, and also some pharma companies are using, who we are working with. What closed-loop marketing means? Closed-loop marketing means that during, for example, during product presentations, they are having questionnaire in the presentation, and they are asking the end user, they are asking the customer about the understanding of the presentation. They are collecting all the data, all the answers got from the customers, and based on these answers, the marketing team is fine-tuning the presentation, handing this new presentation to the sales colleagues. So that's why it's a closed-loop thing, because there is a first presentation, the presentation, of course, sales colleagues are asking questions during the presentation, and after the marketing is fine-tuning the presentation, and this loop is going over and over. So we made a lot of good results at AEGON Insurance. And our last use case is the use case of Sopron Waterworks. This is a Hungarian water company serving 45 cities at the western part of Hungary. What was the challenge? What they needed? So first of all, they needed the SAP ISU integration, because they have all the data in SAP ISU. Also, they wanted to completely digitalize this inspection process. Also, they have a very big problem with updating the digital utility map. We solved this problem also with SCOLVO. So basically, they have received a SCOLVO Android tablet application, what we have integrated to SAP ISU and their GIS system. We put a lot of forms in the application, and the forms are fed with data from SAP ISU, so colleagues can have all historical data and all necessary data attached or needed during their everyday inspection job. What was the result of this mobilization? Because of less administration, they saved 1.5 hours per day, so they can do more inspections after this mobilization. They are able to daily update their utility map. That's why when colleagues are going for some kind of maintenance job, they will not find any surprise when they are digging a hole and finding new pipes or new connections what are not indicated on the map. So the map is daily updated. How we do this? Colleagues are receiving a part of the map, and they can just draw on this map on the tablet, and after they have indicated the new pipes and the new connections to the system, they are sending back this picture to the guy who is updating the utility map. So that's how we managed to have a daily updated map for Sopron Waterworks. And another very important thing, that over 90% of the employees are very, very satisfied with this solution. So they are experiencing a help after mobilization, and to be honest, they are asking more and more functions. So this happens at many companies. We are mobilizing one or two processes, and after they are experiencing the benefits of mobilization, they think about mobilizing more and more functions at the company. And regarding the KPIs, so you can see here 5 KPIs how we can measure the result of the mobilization. I would like to highlight some of these. For example, usage of data. As I told you during the use case of Rewe Group, they didn't have a good reporting before digitalizing the store inspections. And as they introduced mobility, and colleagues collected all the data, by using the mobile application, they could start using a BI solution, and they could make better decisions, and they had a clear picture about the market. So this is a very big benefit for them, because they can react almost real time to any actions of different competitors. When we are starting a mobility project, and when we start to discuss a mobility project with the customer, there's always an issue regarding the income versus the expenses when we are mobilizing. So basically, we can say that when you mobilizing the biggest pain points at your company, and you spend money to develop mobile applications, if you choose the right process, which is a big pain point, you can experience that the income, the benefits of mobilization are much higher than the expenses of mobilization. Even if you are using some kind of tool what makes the mobilization easier, it decreases the expenses also. I would like to highlight this internal acceptance rate regarding mobilization. So, as I told you, our customer is the end user, is the maintenance guy, is the store inspector colleague, the sales colleague who is using SCOLVO application during their everyday work. Regarding internal acceptance of any kind of mobile applications is depending on the UX and the UI of the mobile application. On the first slide, you could see that many of workers are not satisfied with current mobile applications. Why? Because sometimes companies are providing responsive web solutions what are not accessible offline. They are not optimizing correctly these websites for mobile, so everything is small, the buttons are small, it's hard to read any kind of information. They put a lot of information, a lot of functions in the application. Let me share you one example. We have a partner, and they wanted to mobilize the maintenance process by integrating SCOLVO to SAP PM. And as we started the project, they wanted to mobilize over 120 functions what maintenance guys should use in SAP. And at the end of all the interviews with the end users, with the maintenance colleagues and the managers, we figured out that they don't need 120 functions in the mobile application, but they need around 25, between 20 and 25. So we only put these functions in the SCOLVO application. That's why they like to use it, and they are using it, and the data quality and the maintenance process became much more efficient than it was before. And if everything is together, we will see at any kind of companies that the productivity of the company is becoming higher and higher.